We're back, everybody. You all remember, of course, my first guest from her hit show, The Nanny. Well, now you can see her in the play The Exonerated at the 45 Bleecker Theater here in New York City. Please welcome Fran Drescher. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
And you're so thin and handsome.
Well, what are you going to do?
And everything.
Work out.
Good for you.
The ladies like it, I do it. That's my motto.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You and I have a certain chemistry now. We're
yes,
in
we
sync.
do. We always have.
Now, this is relevant to talking about how beautiful, how gorgeous you are. You are officially single now.
I am single.
Are you out there? Are you? That makes people makes the fellas very happy. Are you dating? Are you out there?
I am dating, and I'll tell you, it's really a sad situation.
Why? Now, see, I don't understand why it would be a sad situation, because you're a gorgeous woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why would it be a problem?
Well, you know, it's just I can't meet anybody that I like, and I keep trying, and I'm really open, and you know, I can't go on like Match.com.
Right.
I can, you know, it's like,
yeah.
So I just have to wait until somebody either says, oh, I've got this and I've got that one, but it's like every
What do you mean, I got this one, I got that one? Who are you talking to? Omar, the man peddler. I have this one, I have that one, you choose. So,
I went out with one dude, and it was the most monosyllabic date I've ever been on in my life. All he did was say one-word answers. You know, yes, no, okay, what's happening? You know, did you see the movie? Yeah. Did you like it? No. And it was like, I'm thinking, oh my God, I had to get so drunk to get through that date. I cannot tell you. Now we like email each other, you know, I want to come see you play. I like emailing back. Okay. You know, it's like,
you're just doing it back to him?
I'm not gonna, well, you know, you have to work to keep a conversation going with someone that doesn't speak.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I'm not gonna, so now it's like we have to email each other back and forth like 10 times before we get a paragraph said.
Right. Now, I don't want to get too, you know, you tell me if I'm being too intrusive, but, you know, are you out there? How far are you taking these dates? That's what I want to know. And I think that's a fair question. I think this...
It's tough, you know, the thing is, not as far as I'd like to take them.
Really?
I mean, like, this dude came up from D.C. the other day. He called me and said, you know, I'm only going to be in New York one day, and let's get together. And I'm, like, thinking, oh, boy, you know what that means. Get up to the room, and it's like, you know, in 5 minutes, he was snoring in the bed.
He got into the bed, and he went right to sleep. He went right to sleep?
And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm doing like a morning talk show. I don't need this, because if he's not going to do what I need him to do, then it's like, go home. I ended up taking a sleeping pill because I had to get my sleep, but it's hard to sleep with someone that, you know, you don't really know that well in the bed. And I guess, you know, he probably thought, okay,
These are the least, I have to say, Fran, these are the least romantic encounters I've ever heard of.
It's a tragedy.
This dude came up from D.C., jumped in my bed and went to sleep. I took a sleeping pill, had some booze.
As it turns out, he was partying in the Hamptons all weekend, and he was like one night before he was flying back to D.C., and I guess he thought he'd have one last hurrah, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, couldn't.
No, he was burnt out. He had a few drinks, you know, at the restaurant, but he came upstairs, and it was like, you know, nothing. Another guy, you know, like, as soon as I'm in bed with them and they say something like, you know, I can't believe I got, you know, the nanny isn't, I'm in bed with the nanny. And
people
it's like,
say that to you?
Don't be calling me a nanny when I'm looking to get laid.
People say? People say?
I'm sorry, but, you know, unless you want to get spanked, honey.
I can't believe a guy would get into bed with you and say, I'm going to get it on with the nanny. That is so...
Then you know that they're like a little too starstruck, and then what happens is they really can't perform. Can't get it up.
But you...
And it's very upsetting, because what happens is then the guy immediately gets very apologetic, very upset, and so I feel bad. I spend the rest of the time telling them it doesn't matter. But you know what? It matters.
So you, because you're someone who's famous, who's been in, movies and television, that is the reason that he can't perform.
Exactly, because he thinks that, he immediately starts to think he's not going to be good enough, and then you know what? He ain't good enough because he can't do it.
I find that the fact that I'm a celebrity inhibits me, actually. I sometimes think I can't do this because of who I am. And that's, very sad for me. That's such a weird idea.
And Sharon Stone, many years ago, she said that when she was single, it was really hard dating because it was either she couldn't find a man that would either ask her out because they thought, oh, she's so famous, or they'd be intimidated in bed with her. And I'm thinking, oh, how could that be? She's such a beautiful woman. P.S. Here I am.
Yeah.
In the same boat.
Right. Yes. And what's weird... Please, let's all be mature here. We're discussing a terrible problem. What's weird, though, is that... Sir, please. That was Bob. It's very dramatic for Bob.
Bob's got a newspaper over his lap right now.
You did it, Fran.
Thank God I did it for someone.
Yeah. Now, oh my God! All right.
I'm doing the play.
Yeah, The Exonerated.
And it's very dramatic. It's a real stretch for me. I cry in it. I make people cry. It's just a very satisfying and wonderful experience, and I encourage everyone to see it.
Everyone should see The Exonerated, which is now playing at the 45 Bleecker Theater right here in New York City, and the book.
Is in paperback.
Is in paperback. It's called Cancer Schmancer, and you're a spokesperson now for the American Cancer Society.
Cancer Action Network, and that is a politically driven group now that encourages all constituents to please go out and make, your vote count. Let's put cancer health care on the 2004 presidential campaign, because if we don't, then we're always going to get the short end of the stick in our health care.
Okay. Well, that's a great... Go out and check that book out. It is now in paperback. Fran Drescher, thanks so much for being here. Jake